What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's a lot of interesting things this week, but one of them that stood out to me was the Boosie interview with Jason Lee. Um, he and it's crazy because he was on the BET channel, the BET YouTube channel. So I'm gonna get right into it. Like, comment, subscribe, please. Help the channel grow. Let the words further get out there. But yeah, first Boosie talked about, but this video is basically how Boosie exposed Future and Metro Boomin with Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. So first off though, he talked about how he's been banned from Instagram and slowly gaining his momentum back, which is crazy because one thing Boosie always stood out to me is that he's an independent. He can play both sides, right? He can play both sides of the board. He has access to all the celebrities, but he's not tied to a major label. He can basically go out and play like, you know what I'm saying, Cat Williams and the kind of thing. Because I've shown before, as long as you got that coded name with a little talent, you can have part of manipulating the people through entertainment, which is kind of, you know what I'm saying. In the midst of that, you get the fake 1090 Jake on talking about Gucci Man once again, culture vulture. Uh, and then, like I said, once you got that coded name, you see Torrance is 33. That's Boosie's first name. You gonna stay relevant in there. So, but it's kind of what I said about 607. So, and Torrance is also 44, which is the number of double death, which is crazy. So, and then Torrance Hatch is 66. So it's crazy, man. And then this clown here going further and further. Don't talk about nothing but what's negative about down south. No truth talking and none of like that with Seti Fags. I mean, Seti Nash. Uh, so he was talking about the electronics or whatever. Uh, Basically, the main thing he was right about was how kids being controlled by these tablets and electronics more than ever, which is very true though, because the screen time monitoring is a thing. He said that they ain't gonna know what to do with nothing, change a tire, anything recreational related. But one thing he did expose how most artists can't work with him because of his remarks. If y'all don't know, Boosie was, always signed to an independent label, him and Webby. And they actually just now doing a major deal with Santa Ana Label Group, which basically distributed all their music through Sony Music. Like re-released it, Boosie, Webby, all of them, the whole Trill Entertainment. They got like a bunch of stuff going on their website. So Trill was always basically under Pimp C. That's kind of how they got through the door. They was more like mentors to Turk and Mel. And that's just how that worked. But the main thing though, yeah, and then that's in addition, Trill Entertainment signed a new artist, Trey Savage, which is Webby's son. Recent releases mixtape and single featuring NBA YoungBoy because it's through Sony Music now they can get can reach out like that because they ain't saying nothing like Boosie did through the or Webby did, so they might get Trey Savage a shot. So, but the main thing is that the talk was about how he felt like a lot of artists left Drake hanging during the Kendrick beef. I also think he was aiming toward Future in a sense. Jason Lee even mentioned Future in the sense of that, in the same statement of that, and he cut him off. Like he said, no, a lot of artists left Drake hanging. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to say it, but he said that he also, like I said, I think he was aiming that toward him because the song that started the whole beef with him came out on his mixtape. The whole internet was already buzzing about how the whole tape was a Drake diss with every artist from the culture who had problems with Drake. He ain't say no names, but we all know who he talking about because some artists were still rocking with Drake. He said he felt like he boosted a lot of people's careers, aka Future, Metro Boomin. But if you think about it, every Drake and Future song was a triple platinum song already. So he got a point there. We all know who he talking about. The only reason we still don't trust you, both projects, and we still don't trust you did so well is because he had a heavy feature list. And it sold 127,000 copies. That's, what I'm saying? They said driven largely by 162.7 million on demand streams. And I'm pretty sure that was like us. And as you can see, the numbers all here broke down. So, um, yeah, he has such a heavy, you know what I'm saying, feature list with all the Drake ops, basically. But when he dropped mixtape Pluto, it didn't do so well. Mixtape Pluto didn't do nowhere near that. And that's easy to see right here. So, and it's crazy because mixtape Pluto, yeah, did nowhere near the streaming numbers you can see here. And bro got Drake like, you know, white people. Drake got white people saying Metro Boomin. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he meant him to his career, like, you know, wouldn't have been where it was. Like, basically, Metro Boomin career would not be where it was if it was based off Kendrick Lamar. Like, the feature Not Like Us, like that was the first, which is crazy. That was the first Kendrick Lamar feature that was, you know what I'm saying, through Metro Boomin. That wouldn't have never happened, which is crazy because Metro stated that he had a personal issue with Drake. So it was really Metro who recruited most of these artists. As you can see here, they officially collaborated on, like, you know, like that. So yeah, like I said, it was really Metro that, you know, recruited all these people. So he caught all his ops and went against him. So Boosie is right about that, but also said that Drake is back #1 because that's all he heard when he go out now. So it's like he back on top. Kendrick's still going crazy in the rap game right now. He's still doing some crazy numbers for the culture. But then he asks about which is important at the end. You know what I'm saying?